What's up, man?
What is that?
This?
Yes, the giant black bag.
It's a bag of dead snakes.
Why?
Well, everyone's been saying the Bruins are snake bitten, so I figured I'd round up the snakes and, take care of the problem.
That's not how that works.
Pretty sure it is.
Pretty sure it isn't.
You believe what you want, but I'm betting Howlett gets a goal today against Detroit.
That's not enough proof. Howlett's due.
Okay, how about Nosek? Hasn't scored in forever.
How about Frederick? If Frederick scores a goal, I'll believe that your dead snake strategy worked.
Frederick. I'm gonna need to round up more snakes.
Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team, that is a dub! I'd call that a pretty big dub. I'm gonna take those. Detroit and Buffalo, not the hardest people to beat, I guess, but hey, we're gonna take that. 2 for 2 on the weekend. Just imagine if we had lost one of these games. Just imagine the feeling we would all have about the team after that long break and losing one of these. What a huge win. The Red Wings, 5-5 in the last 10. Dog awful, just terrible at special teams. Both sides of them. This is a team that's beatable. A team that's very clearly going to get a lot better in the next couple of years because they have some young pieces that are nice, but they're beatable. Last time we played them, we couldn't buy a goal. It was a 2-1 loss, I believe, and we just could not put one in. That did remain a problem for 40 minutes of this one, but not for the last 20. Not a lot of pregame to talk about. Swayman gets a start, and it's worth mentioning Ullmark as well. These guys were coming off of, and I know the whole team was, but for goalies, there's kind of a special sense about it. It was like 3 weeks that they hadn't played in a hockey game. Almost. Both of them, to me, did pretty well. Ullmark obviously led in a few, but those are some tough chances. Swayman only lets in one because he's our boy. You got to feel good about the goaltending right now. Swayman gets a start. Line changes, none outside of Lazar is out. He got bumped up in the Buffalo game. So he is going to get taken out, and our boy Oscar Steen, we just talked about him in the last video, gets recalled. And he looked good, man. He looked good. Puck drops! Like, comment, subscribe. Nailed it. Just like last game, there is a quick power play. Fabry gets called for interference right out of the gate with 30 seconds of the game. And our power play is doo-doo butter. Just unbelievably bad. And we can talk about whether there were chances or not. This first power play, no chances. We couldn't even get in the zone. There was 40 seconds left on the power play when I typed, "This is the worst power play I have seen in some time." Some time. And I mean, it's not even that we can't get anything going. We allow a 2-on-1 that the Red Wings fuck up and aren't able to get a shot off. And then after we kill the penalty, they kill the penalty. As soon as it's over, it leads to another 2-on-1. This time Grizz makes a nice stick play to prevent the shot. That's back-to-back games where Grizz had really nice breakups of odd man rushes. So you love to see that. We're going to continue the special teams vibes though, because 4:20 in, nice. 4:20 into the game, we are going to go for high sticking. I believe that was Nosek. It was weird, and there was sort of an argument between Edwards and Brick about whose stick hit who. Doesn't really matter. They called it. We have to kill the penalty. We do. Plus, Marshy gets a shorthanded bid. Nice feed from Bergy. Doesn't make it happen. Shortly after the kill, though, I'm getting hype because our boy Oscar Steen finds himself lucky bounce off the boards from McAvoy directly to Steen, who's alone in front of the net, and he just can't lift it enough. It's a miracle he didn't score here. It would have been his first NHL goal. He's basically the only one who needed a haven't done it yet that didn't score this game. 8:32 left in the period, and we're just the unluckiest team of all time. Maybe that's it. It's a failure to clear the puck. Point shot from the top of the slot, basically, but it's all the way up at the point. Fired in, and it deflects off of 2 Bruins. 2! And then it bounces to Bertuzzi, who, you know how Swayman comes out to attack the puck, so he's a couple feet out. Bertuzzi's already basically behind him on his right side. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Just gets a wide open net It's 1-0 in a period we've dominated for most of it. Same old Bruins, right? Same old. We love to see it. And then you feel worse because a minute later, it's the classic, oh my god, it looks like we're about to tie the game right back. It's Bergie alone with the puck right in front of Nedeljkovic, and he just can't get a stick on it. It was a nice play by Jakey. Let's give him a shout out 2 times in this sequence to keep the offensive zone time going. Ends up on Smith's stick. He takes a shot. Rebound comes out. Bergie just can't get a stick on it to shove it past. And your heart aches. It aches because we've seen it all season long. Not being able to bury a puck after they score. You have all these chances, but nothing's going in for us. They had, I think at that point, advanced analytics, they had like 0.30 goals expected, and we were at 1.2. It was just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Hockey. Do you know who we were missing last time we played the Red Wings? Our boy, Brad Marchand. I can't explain why he is the way he is, or why in this game he just decided to be an absolute demon. Because you could not take the puck from this man. About 5 minutes left. Just a couple minutes after that goal was scored, so we're about 3 minutes away from that. Marchand's just putting on a clinic. Not allowing anyone to take the puck from him, keeping the offensive zone time alive. Over and over and over again, it looks like he's losing the puck, and he just keeps it. He keeps it. Ends up getting pinned into the corner and is able to push the puck out to Smith, who is in the trapezoid to the left of Nedeljkovic. And Smith looks like he's going to go around the net, stops, feeds it back up to Bergie in a streaking bumper. He comes in and just very, very smoothly, low blocker side, slides under Ned. Beauty. The captain gets one. We love to see that. Smith with the nice feed. He's fitting in really well with that top line. And Marchand just continues to be an elite Hart Trophy candidate kind of guy. I'm stumbling over my words. I don't know why. But it's just brilliant. His play is... He's so much better than everybody else on the ice right now. I was wrong when I said McAvoy was our best player earlier in the season. It's Marchand, and it's Marchand by a lot. 27 seconds left of the period. Tie game 1-1. Don't do anything stupid. Foligno and Hronek, or who I like to call Hornick, get into a battle. Really what the battle is Hronek is holding Foligno's stick pretty blatantly. But Foligno starts losing his shit and he's smashing Hronek over the head and almost knocked his helmet off. Once he gets his stick back, he cross-checks him, he slashes him. After the rest split him up, he slashes him again. Even if they called coincidentals here because Hronek was holding his stick, Foligno deserved an extra 2. Like, I'm not going to be mad about the refs giving them the power play in that one because they absolutely deserved it. What a weird... He was losing his mind. There must have been a lot of chippiness, chirping back and forth between plays that I just didn't see until later in the game because things got heated real quick. We're going to start the second with a $1:32 on the penalty kill. We kill it. 3 minutes in, and Marshy and Nemesnikov fight, sort of. They really just held each other, danced, and then Nemesnikov fell on Marshy. It was a little weird, but, you know, it was beautiful in its own way. This was dumb. This was dumb for a few reasons. Marshy was absolutely the first to drop the gloves. There was some chippiness going on. I get it. They don't like each other. I get it. Marchand, you are giving up a ton of size. Length, height, fucking weight, everything. You were giving it all up to Nemesnikov. He's way bigger than you. 2, you're way more important to this game than he is. And I don't think I'm really insulting anyone here by saying that. I think that's pretty obvious. So you get in a fight, that's 5 minutes that we don't have you, and then they add an extra 2 on it for unsportsmanlike, I think? Dude. 7 minutes. 7 minutes in the second period without Marchand. That's a long time. 5:30 into the period. Gagne and Swayman, they're not going at it with each other, but there's a tussle in front of Swayman's net. Swayman comes in with a slash. He gets called. Gagne gets it unsportsmanlike. It's pandemonium. It's pandemonium in this place. More offsetting stuff. Haula is going to serve Swayman's. And Gagne and Nemesnikov versus Haula and Marchand? Come on, man. We are on the wrong side of these penalties pretty badly. I'm not enjoying this. In a tie game. So we go to 4v4. Not a lot happens other than Bergie missing a net on a 2v1. He had the option to pass. He chose to shoot. I love the choice. I'm not mad about it. But penalties start getting eliminated. We're 12 minutes left. So the Howla penalty is over. Really Swayman's, but Howla comes out of the box. 12 minutes left. He comes back into the defensive zone. There's a rocket of a shot that goes off the end boards and comes out to Howla, who just has time and space in front of him to the point where it's almost a breakaway. And he gets to that left dot. Left circle, probably close to the slot. And this is... I know I say it too much, but that's a sniper-rooney and cheese, man! That is top glove corner! And it was one of those beauties where it hits the back of the net so hard that it just bing! Right back out. There's no bing because obviously the net doesn't make that noise. But you know what I'm saying? Howla Famer gets on the board. First goal in I don't know how long, but it's been months, or at least a month. Feels good to get that one going. And that's some secondary scoring from the second line. You like to see that, even though it was a broken up line at that point because he was coming back on from a penalty. You get what I'm saying. I sound kind of negative about some stuff, but there are very few things that I'm actually like upset about in this game. I thought it was a really good effort. I was upset that Marshy took that fight. He knows better. He knows how important he is. But hey, you felt like your team needed a spark, fine. Freddie. 11:13 left in the period. We are less or just around a minute after that goal was scored, so we take the lead 2-1. And it's a really blatant cross-checking away from the play. A really blatant one. And whether, look, it doesn't always get called, I get that. But it was really obvious and unnecessary. You probably could have called interference. Like, dumb penalty to take there. Especially when you're a guy who got shafted last game. Last game, I didn't know this when I made the video. I had to go back and look at some of this. Third period, he only got like 2 shifts. Like, he's trying to fight for a spot in the lineup. And he took a really bad penalty here. Now, he's going to make up for it in a little bit. But those are the kind of things where you have to go, bud, we want that chippiness, but you're choosing to use it at times that is just wrong. Like, you got to figure out, you got to do the Marshy thing, is figure out when to do this stuff. We are going to kill it. 4:10 left in the period. DeBrusque for hooking. And it is another classic. Marchand basically kills 30 seconds of this penalty by himself. He goes 1v4 into the O-zone, and again, it looks like he's going to lose the puck over and over again, but he just keeps flipping and floundering around, staying on his skates, and no one can take the puck from him. It's brilliant. Howla gets a fast break shortly after that on the shorthanded bid. He rings the post, because of course he does. Great penalty kill. Again, going into the third, 2-1 lead. I feel really good about coming out of this with a win because we have the lead, right? I would have liked some more separation at this point. Obviously, the analytics were like, why are you not, beating this team by more? Just looking at the shot chart and the chances that we've had, you'd be pretty surprised that we aren't beaten by more. But hey, that's Bruins hockey, and we know that. 6 minutes into the third. You want to put this game away. And who else do you call on but Taylor Hall? A wonderful, wonderful shift. He's circling the offensive zone. He's keeping possession when he needs to. He has his eyes up. He's finding people. It was beautiful. He keeps the play alive. And then he's rewarded. Because Coyle, during a switch, right? We're getting to the third line now. Second line's going off. Hall's not off yet, though. He's headed toward the bench. Coyle gets the puck down in the left corner. He feeds it back up to the point. Hall sees this and goes, no. I'm going to grab that. And steals the pass straight up. Circles down the left wall, sees McAvoy going down the right side of the slot, all alone. This pass could not have had any difference to it, or else it wouldn't have landed. An inch to the left, an inch to the right, it was getting hit away by a defender. This was a beautiful, perfect pass, tape to tape. McAvoy barely had to settle it, fires this, high glove again, but he's got a wide open net. That is a 3-1 lead. Taylor Hall is a Boston Bruin. He is coming alive. McAvoy gets one. You love to see that, especially after he had 3 assists in the last game. This is some secondary scoring. I love this note. Marchand clearly missed hockey. Absolutely buries Nemestikov on an open ice hit. Remember they fought? Nemestikov just gets the puck away. And Marchand comes through and it was clean, shoulder right into the sternum. And again, he's smaller, so he just right through him. It was a beauty of a hit. The boys are clapping their sticks. They love it. On we go. About 2 minutes after that last goal, it's a 4-on-2. It's a beautiful play. Smith takes the zone, dishes back to Riley. Riley flings it over to Nosek on the right dot. He fires low. Save made, and Freddie crashes the front of the net. He's actually a few feet out in the slot, but he's there for the rebound, collects, slides it right past Ned. That is 4-1, and Freddie gets one. A fourth-line goal. Guys, I know we can't get too excited about secondary scoring until we see it more consistently, but this is what you want to see. This is what you want to see. It also is the exact opposite of earlier this year when you would score a goal and then very quickly get scored on. You scored a goal and then very quickly scored another goal. What's not to like? How about we do it again? And we will, but before we do that, just a few minutes later, Sway makes some huge saves. This is big, right? 4-1, that's a big lead. But Sway coming up big. He already has confidence. He knows he has a big lead. He's kicking pucks out. It matters. Because there's still enough time left in this game where your momentum can shrink pretty heavily by letting in a goal quickly after that. So he makes some big saves. 9:20 left in the period. And this is a really, really nice decision-making play. With Steen, he's coming down the right side. He sees contact coming. He takes the contact to make the play. He waits to the last second, bumps the puck forward. Nosek is able to catch it. He takes the contact in the corner. He's not going to get a lot of credit on this goal, but he deserves a lot of credit on this goal because Nosek has Freddie as an option, but he brings it in and just fires this 5-hole. Detroit's player was sliding in front of him, so I don't know how much of the puck Nedeljkovic saw, but this was a beautiful shot. Nosek gets one for the first time in gotta be 12, 13 games, something like that. 5-1. We're kicking the shit out of this team. It's exciting. It's fun, right? It's doing to a team what you should be doing to a team because you're a better team. And it's not coming from the top line. But it's not like the top line doesn't look good. They dominated this game. They were everywhere. Marchand was incredible. Smith was all over the place. And Bergie was quietly just doing his thing. Yeah, they probably could have had more scoring. But they didn't need to. I love that these lines have gotten shaken up, and I do not see an argument. I do not see an argument for moving them more. I think Steen could get bumped up to the third at some point because I'm still not super high on Foligno. But Foligno, I think I'd be corrected on that. But even if he stays down in the fourth, he's going to stay in the lineup. If Lazar gets healthy, which he is day-to-day at the time of recording this, maybe Freddie actually gets bumped. I'm not sure. I'm not wishing for anyone to get bumped out right now. I like the way we're playing. I really like Steen's game. He's not an AHL player anymore. He's an NHL player. He's one of the few guys we can say about that right now in our prospect pool. Like, we bring him up. We are going to get 2 more power plays through the rest of the third, and we spectacularly fail on both of them. But the final score will be 5-1, and you feel good. Game notes. This is going to sound negative, and it's not meant to be negative. The top line isn't missing pasta. It doesn't feel like all that much. In fact, I think it has the opposite thing happening. They're constantly looking to get Pasternak involved with that one-timer, right? It's just part of what that top line does. Without him, I think it's allowing Marchand to be more creative. It's allowing Bergie to utilize his bumper presence as a bigger threat. I know you can make the argument, well, when he was a threat on the side, the bumper was more open. It doesn't appear to be that way right now. Because Marchand's moving so much that they can't set up in one spot. There's just a lot more movement. And every time Smith has the puck, he's shooting. I'm just really happy with the way this first line looks right now. Hall looks better when Pasta's down a line with him. We can't change that right now. That has to stay. If you want to switch Howler and Coyle, I'll give it a listen. I do kind of want to see how that looks again. I know we saw it a little bit. But I'm fine with Coyle staying down in the third too. DeBrusk has looked way better. Way better with Coyle as his center. Maybe we struck something here. I know it's just 2 games against bad competition, but we got to feel good about the way we're starting the new year. I mean, why would we complain right now, right? Let's just feel good about it. That is 9 goals on the weekend. And then I think the only one out of Pasta, Marchand, and Bergeron to score a goal was Bergeron. I think 8 of those goals, if I'm remembering correctly, and I didn't look it all up yet, but I think 8 of them are secondary scoring. Now, you can convince me that, well, it's not secondary scoring if Smith scores. But you know what? Shut up. I'm just going to say it this way. Last game note. Everyone should just feel good about this. Top to bottom, even on the guys I usually get on about their performance, even Freddie with some of his dumb stuff earlier in the game, he should feel good about the way that fourth line performed, and he was part of it. The defensive pairings all look good. I mean, Riley has still made a couple mistakes that I didn't love early in the game, but he's looking better and more comfortable with Carlo. He still needs to loosen up a little bit. Forbort and Clifton aren't like a scary line, but they've been more solid than having Forbort up with McAvoy and then having Clifton with whoever. Clifton Riley was not working. It's nice to see this solidify a little bit, and I think top to bottom, every player should feel pretty good about their game. They really should. I just pointed out the few that I did because, I mean, those are the guys that you're usually surprised that, hey, they are really looking decent out there. Just nice to see. All right, guys, it does it for me. Like, comment, subscribe, all that nonsense. Next game is Tuesday against the Devils in New Jersey, I believe. God, I love beating the Devils, so I'd really like to win that game. And I know we struggle to score against them, even though last game we kind of smacked them around. I really want to see this secondary scoring continue. I want to see Steen continue to grow. I want to see the defense continue to get used to each other and build chemistry with each other. And let's see if Pasta can wake up and net a few. I'm still not super worried about Pasta, especially if we're getting scoring up and down the lineup like this, because he's just going to be a beast that wakes up at some point and ends up, you're going to look up and go, he has 9 goals in 6 games. Like, what just happened? Yeah, he's not going to have a great season by his stats normally, but I'm not worried about him. He's still doing a lot out there. I'm a little frustrated with the turnovers, but that's kind of Pasta's game. It just happens. Go Bees!